All right, you're checking out the morning mashup on Hits 1, and look who's here, Maroon 5. What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
Sorry, I'm dealing with the aftermath of a gag.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Adam Levine.
Adam, could you please tell everyone
Why is my chair so hot?
why
Because you're super special.
There you go. What is this joke you played on your friend you were just telling us?
Terrible.
We've got this buddy, Sam Schamberg, and he's my boy. I love him to death. He's one of our best friends, and he's just one of those unique and special friends that you enjoy messing with.
Yes.
And
you or everybody?
Pretty much everybody, but a lot.
He's one of those guys?
But he's like the guy that you're kind of perma-hazing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
In a great way, and he's super... What makes it fun is that he's super doesn't care.
Yeah.
And so... So we were on Letterman, and I had this sick idea. You're supposed to write something down on this piece of paper, and then it's like a late show thing, and you put it on this
like
thing.
the confessions, internet confessions.
Yeah. And so I put for a good time, email.
So mean! It's like the meanest
I
thing
said
ever.
for a good time, email Sam Schamberg, SCHAMBER.
Don't do it again.
I love it.
At Gmail.
Keep it coming!
Boom! Double I'm sorry, Schamberg. I'm not sorry.
I have to tell you, I'm super excited that your hair is not blonde right now.
So is everybody.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
like everybody in the
By the
world.
way, is that rude that she's like, before you looked like an ass? Like,
By the way, I look badass, and I don't care what
You did look badass.
well, you are
but
the sexiest man in the world, so can't you really do what you want?
Not in the world, alive.
Technically. Yes.
So can't that title just allow you to do anything anyway?
I don't know. Honest to God, like, I wish I could sit here and tell you there was a reason, but I just was bored.
Okay.
And I had never bleached my hair. And
It hurts.
It burns.
It
Ryan's
hurts,
done
doesn't it?
it.
I've done it many times.
It didn't burn, but see, did people give you crap for it too?
Oh yeah, because I had
awful.
yeah, because I had the bad eyebrows. I had the dark eyebrows and the blonde hair.
That's the best part, man.
That's what I thought, but everyone else
you know,
hated
you
it.
look like it. You look like a real butthole if you bleach your. Am I not allowed to curse?
Yeah,
right?
it's a hits one.
Wait,
so
you're allowed to curse. This is serious. I can totally curse.
You can.
Oh my God.
How good does that feel?
It's hits one though.
You
Yeah, it's
fucking.
family
Yeah, I mean,
friendly.
you can technically, but then like,
100.
yeah, then the kids
But you're
like,
allowed to curse.
yeah, but you
Technically, yes.
can, and
Whatever.
But,
Don't do as I fucking do. Do
yeah,
as
do
I
you
say.
want?
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
I love it because you always put the kids in the car like in a weird, like, Mom, what did they say? And they're like,
What's that? Oh, jeez.
Who cares? They're just words.
did
They're
parents?
just words.
I always find that
They're
interesting.
just
'cause
words, and guess what?
My parents just-
your kids are saying them the second
Yes.
they're out of your sight.
And when you were a
Don't be
kid,
delusional.
I think when I was a kid, my parents just never had filters around me. Did you?
Yeah.
No, I just don't. Well, the thing is, when I was younger, I remember when I moved to a certain neighborhood, I made all these new friends, you know, and they all cursed. They were like a year or two older, which back then was like, might as well have been 20 years.
Right.
Of course.
And like they cursed all the time, and I got kind of overzealous about it, and even they started to be like, "Yo, man, like you f***ing cursing a lot."
Yeah, you're just overboard.
But
Slow down.
I'd never do it in front of my parents until I was of age where I.
Remember when you first tested boundaries at your parents? Like
Oh, I
you,
remember.
you let something out, and you're like, you give them a look.
No, I
It's like
came
when you.
home-
It's like when you when a young boy puts his first like poster of a girl up in his room. You're like testing your
away.
parents.
I never did that.
I came
never had
home and
posters
I came home and gave my
girls.
parents the middle finger at dinner, and was like, and I remember like slowly putting it up and being like, "What's gonna happen now?"
You're like.
Your move, Mom.
Yes, and she was like, she tried not to make a big deal about it, but she was like, "Why are you doing that?"
So
and I
what-
was like, "I don't know."
What was your dirty word punishment? Because Rich, you got a full bar of soap stuck in
Yes,
your
he
mouth,
did.
right?
Yeah.
I got punished one time in my life for doing one bad thing.
What was
Because
the,
I wasn't like a bad kid. I was like a kid that I was like. I always like to think of it. It wasn't as cool as that, but I like to think of like I had a very Ferris Bueller-esque
Okay.
situation where like people kind of liked me, but I was a fuck up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I was
you're
like,
a
I
good
didn't
kid at
do
heart.
well.
You're a good kid at heart.
I didn't do well, and people were kind of like, you know, but they liked me, so
Right.
I got away with murder kind
Right.
of thing. And I never got punished for anything except for when I threw a party at my house. My parents never went out of town. They never would ever leave town, and so I could never have a party. And finally, when I was like 15 or 16 and in party mode, only on the weekends, kids, not at school. That's
There
really
you
cool.
go.
Yeah. There you go.
But when Friday rolls around, if I have a
Free
kid
for all.
and they're not drinking a little bit on the weekends, and you know, like
You'd
but
question
I'd be like,
who they're
this
hanging.
kid's gonna be f***ed up.
Yeah.
because at least having a sip of beer or something.
Right.
Or more. I threw this party, and it was funny because I went to a tutor because I was a terrible child and I had to go to a tutor.
Aww.
And at the tutor's office, I planned this elaborate party. My parents are leaving town, and at the my mom's waiting for me in the waiting room, and this kid is like on his phone or something, like talking to another kid, and they're like, "Yeah, man, there's gonna be a party at Adam Levine's house this weekend." My mom's like, "Oh, really? Oh, is there?" And the reason why I got super busted is because I had really great parents who were super cool and supportive and weren't really that strict and let me do my thing because I was a good kid mostly.
Yeah.
And my mom was, I came out of the tutor, and my mom was like, I'm already at the tutor like a dumbass. And she's like, so I heard you're having a party this weekend.
Oh.
I was like, and then I did the most manipulative, horrible thing, which I regret. You're right. I was going to have a party. And now I'm not going to have one because I know that I shouldn't.
Or I know that you know.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm still having this fucking party.
You're like, Mom, you didn't get the invite, Mom? Oh,
But for real.
Weird.
So he didn't know that. She left town. I had the party anyway. And you know what happened? This is the worst thing ever. But I cleaned the house all night.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is this too long? It's a really good story.
Go ahead.
No,
So I cleaned the house all night, and we're cleaning up. I'm like, everything is immaculate. Nothing's out of place. Of
course.
Perfect. And my mother is like friggin' like super mom vision.
Yeah.
Where she knows everything. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's perfect. Bed's made. Everything's done. I go to my orchestra concert because I'm in the orchestra. I play drums, which means I don't do anything. And I'm in the orchestra concert, and I'm in that lobby, and I have 20 minutes before the concert starts, and I fell asleep because I was so tired. Oh. So I'm in the lobby, and I'm like, oh, that sounds nice, and it's the music of the orchestra that I'm not playing with.
Oh no!
I'm like, that sounds good, and I fell asleep in the lobby on the thing, and I wake up to this. I wake up to like getting slapped on my shoulder like that, really.
Aggressively. Hard.
And I'm like, oh, I'm like, what? And then my dad's like, I'll never forget this. I'm lying on this bench, and my dad just goes like this. He looks down at me, and he goes, you're
Oh.
like that. And I'm like,
dear.
oh, no.
Oh, yes, I am.
What do you mean? And he's like, let's go.
Oh,
He's
no.
like, you're Like, it had an echo to it in my mind. You're
Terrible.
And
terrible.
I went home, and I sat before the panel of the parents, and they were like, you're totally screwed. You're not going to see Rancid on the last day of school. I had Rancid tickets to the whiskey. And you're not going to camp. And I was like, and you're working for your dad. And I was like,
That's the worst punishment ever.
I've never been suicidal.
That was the
But
moment
that was
you
like,
thought.
they ruined my life. And I hated them. I really, for that one summer, I wanted to kill them. And then I was fine.
If you can't tell, we've got Adam Levine and James Valentine, Maroon 5 here hanging
I love my
out.
parents. I love you guys.
Yeah, love your parents, everybody.
Super excited about the new album coming out this September 5. You had to make it fancy with a Roman numeral. And we're rocking out Maps, right?
Yeah, let's throw on Maps. Come back more with Maroon 5 on Hits 1.